Okay, so Jon's going to break a little bit of news on this week's episode. So Jon and Len obviously have a vast network of horses, over 200 horses. And it sounds like you guys are going to take a tiny step back in terms of numbers. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Joe, thank you so much. We are looking to catalog and sell roughly 30 to 35 of our broodmares and fillies that are coming off the racetrack to be broodmare prospects. It's a very strategic plan. We've been thinking about it for a number of months right now, and just with the way the market is playing, which is at an all-time high, and with the bill coming through that accentuates the benefits of buying breeding stock, we opted to put, like I said, about 36 of our horses into the upcoming Keeneland November sale with sponsor TaylorMade. And basically, it's a one-time offering. It's very strategic and deliberate. It's not something we plan on doing, very often. But we just feel like that from a business perspective, there's no better time than to capitalize on the market and the way that the bill is strategically crafted to benefit, buying horses at the high end and being able to accelerate the depreciation and it's basically a great move for buyers, and it's a savvy tax play for them as well.
Yeah, well, I was just going to ask you about, Jon or Len talked a little bit about it last week. The results were just insane at the Fasig sale, like, the Select sale and the New York bred sale. And just, from a West Point standpoint, our horses sold so quick. Our horses always sell quick, yeah, but especially this sale. Do you think that that's a reaction from the tax bill and the depreciation aspect?
No question. I think it's twofold. I think that right now, the way that the market is, that people have a lot of excess monies to go ahead and invest in secondary businesses for themselves that we used to call hobbies, but from a business, from a tax standpoint, you want to call them businesses, secondary businesses. So if you look at some of these luxury industries, whether it's boats or whether it's vacation homes or in our important industry, horses, those extraordinary assets are getting picked up very quickly and way above market. And that was just one of the reasons why we decided to go ahead and take advantage of kind of a perfect scenario of tax, economic, and quite frankly, from a numbers standpoint, we've never offered this before. It's a number of turnkey mares that basically you buy in November, and they're going to start popping out foals in January, February of next year. So it's kind of an immediate return on investment. And Joe, I don't want to bore everybody, but basically it's mares that are in foal to young stallions like Kentucky Derby winning Mage, Life is Good, Cogburn, Elite Power, your favorite and mine, Flightline, and some proven stallions as far as, Not This Time, Street Sense, Tis the Law, Vacoma, Medaglia d'Oro, Nyquist, Curlin, the list goes on. And then there's a couple of fillies also that we're taking off the racetrack, including Bison City winning Winterberry, who just won by 5 or 6 lengths the other day in the $250,000 stake race up in Canada. And she's going to be offered, as a racing prospect, as well as Ready to Jam, who we own in partnership with Gary Barber, just finished second in a stake race up in Canada again. So I think that, if you're looking for proven mares, check the box. If you're looking for mares that are in foal to young stallions, we have them. Proven stallions, we have them. And basically, TaylorMade is going to be selling all of them on 2 different days. On one day, designated day in book 2 with about half of those horses, and one designated day in book 3 for the other half of the horses. And I think with that critical mass, we're going to have a lot of interest. And again, we're just hoping that that we give the market what it's starving for and what it's crying out for, which is quality assets.
Well, and I'm curious, how you decide which horses to sell, because how many brood mares currently do you have?
We have almost 40 broodmares. So we're selling basically 2/3 of our group. And Joe, it's a lot of horses from the top. There's a couple of older horses, that we have, older mares like Tiffany Case, who's the mother of Nitrogen. Of Nitrogen. Thank you. And obviously I can't sell her. But really from number 2 through 25 really in our list is where we're going. And I think the market is going to genuinely appreciate and embrace these horses.
And then how, is this a one-time thing? Are you going to rebuild your broodmare band, or is this the level you want to be at going forward after this sale?
I think we're going to do this more often. It's one time for right now. We will rebuild because, as you know, we mostly race fillies. So we accumulate these kind of broodmare assets pretty quickly. But Joe, I don't want people to confuse this with being a dispersal, because it's not. I mean, we just spent $2 million buying yearlings, okay, at the summer sales, and we plan on buying a couple of upper echelon mares at the November sale. Maybe at the Night of the Stars at Fasig, for example, and just kind of continue to rebuild and reshuffle the deck for the broodmares. But I couldn't be more pleased with the opportunity. I'm going to be down there, and it's going to be an exciting time to be in the breeding business for sure.